Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. What if you got to heaven and God was just doing a podcast? What if that was what it was? What if that was it? You get to heaven and God hands you a mic and you sit on a couch and you're like, it never ends? And God's like, no, I'm in an ad deal. What if that's it? And God's like, isn't this wild? You're like, yeah, it's crazy. I'm happy I'm here. And then God starts laughing. You're like, all right, I'm going to laugh. God's like, yeah. Then God's reading an ad for Kalshi.com. Just seems to be where it's all trending, where the afterlife is just going to be a very long podcast where you get to ask God anything, and he'll explain the whole thing to you. He'll literally go through the whole thing. Like, you're like, can you tell me about creating the world? He's like, yeah, sure. And it's just, that's just it. There's nothing after that. We've reached the end. This is the end of things. It's just on a loop forever. It's just podcasting. Just takes. You and God just have takes. God's like, Ariana Grande is very thin now. You go, yeah, it's disturbing. Is someone going to get her? You know how insulting it's going to be when I find out how much they paid for me to get killed? Nothing. They're transferring. She thinks her, and I believe her. She found something that they transferred 1.5 million somebody. I don't know what's going on, but they're going to Venmo somebody $60 to hit me in the head. You know, insane that's going to be. They're going to Venmo $60 for somebody to just come up and hit me in the head. But I still try to have fun. You do small things that are fun. You don't need to solve the world's problems. You went to brunch at a pancake that's, some Asian talked about, and that's great. I like Asians, and I like what they're doing in the breakfast realm. But it's not the point. That's not the point. Every day in this country that you're not randomly shot is something you should be thankful for. Every day you were not killed in a car accident, in a road rage incident. Every day that you do not contract some type of tick-borne illness, you should be thankful. Every minute that you are not victimized by some type of roving, frothing at the mouth psychopath who, we MK Ultra'd somewhere and pulled out of the military to put into some special crazy program and put them in a room with loud music and then just release them as some type of kind of assassin psychopath, and they just wander the highways trying to kill people. Every minute that guy's not in your face is a good minute. Be thankful for that. I'm thankful for friends and family. I'm kidding. I am. I'm thankful for the Mideast peace agreement. I am, and I hope everybody there can just kind of take a moment, because it's been a rough couple of years for a lot of people over there, and I hope they realize that life is so precious, and it's time now for rebuilding and healing and not being a knucklehead. Because the last couple of years, people over there have been knuckleheads and dodo birds. And if you're a knucklehead or a dodo bird, it's not the way. So what I'd like you to do, if you're in the Middle East, I'm not even specifying where, but if you're in the Middle East, Israel, Palestine, Libya, Lebanon, whatever, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, even though you fired me, I moved past it. Don't be a knucklehead. That's all I'm saying. Hey, in Chicago, everyone's shooting each other. Stop doing that. I'm thankful I didn't get shot in Chicago. They shot 7 people a few blocks away from my hotel. I'm thankful for that. Stop shooting each other. I'm asking you nicely now. Be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful you don't live in in that disputed territory, that Ukraine-Russia thing up there in the north. Be thankful. Be thankful that you are an American citizen with rights. Not a lot, and they will go away. You have them now. Be thankful for that. Be thankful. You don't need to be a crypto billionaire who's kidnapped and tied to a chair and beaten for their password so they can take the fake money out of your account and the OnlyFans whore. You don't need all that. You don't need a camera crew that lives in your house that takes photos of you driving Lamborghinis around a parking lot. You don't need it. You don't need it. Get a small little place and hang out there and live a life like a human being. You're not going to be able to do that soon. Everything I'm describing is the ultimate luxury. Soon robots are going to drag you out of your house and rape you on the lawn. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. So be thankful that you can have a shitty little life. You're right at the end of humanity. You're right at the end of humanity. Be thankful you can have a shitty little life. Because it's not all going to be sunshine and song. It's not all going to be Coachella and cocaine. We're heading to a real interesting situation. Be thankful that you can have a shitty little life in a corner of the world that is still pretty free for now. Be thankful. And I am very grateful and I am thankful for all of you. I was kidding about Israel. Love you. Bye.